All right. Welcome to the Dirty Bird Nation Report, the unofficial official podcast of Falcons Twitter. I am here with recurring guest Jamel with his new podcast, Flag on the Play. If y'all haven't checked it out, I need y'all to go check that out. The link will be in the description box below. If you have checked it out, let us know. Let him know. Show him some love. Leave him likes. Download his episodes. All that good shit. Jamel, it's been a while. It's been a long, crazy off season, obviously due to COVID. What have been your thoughts so far to this day? Which for those listening, it's about to be September. So, what have been your thoughts on our off season?
First of all, thanks for having me again. Just want to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Second of all, it's been crazy. Even before the pandemic, the year started out bad. It's been a heck of a year. Hope everyone is safe, first of all. Second of all, as far as the year has been gone, as far as the off season, it's been relatively slow, hasn't much going on. Well, since the draft anyway. It's been kind of slow news outside of the Vic Beasley situation, which most of us kind of saw that here in Atlanta. We saw that. We knew his heart wasn't in it.
Right.
I thought he was one of those players that had so much potential. His head wasn't in it.
At all. Let's jump into that since you brought it up. So, Vic, of course, the majority of us have been like, get him off the team. His head isn't in it. His heart isn't in it. Blah, blah, blah. There's been some people that are like, no, fuck you. Vic's like the greatest thing ever. He did great, blah, 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 blah. So It turned out that we're finding out this offseason with the Titans, he's not showing up to his workouts and where he needs to be.
AWOL.
Yeah, literally went AWOL, not answering his phone, etc. And we find out that he wants to be a pastor of a church.
Yeah, I heard that. Don't know how true that is, but I did hear something about that. But, that doesn't come as a surprise since that he is a man of God. So that doesn't surprise me that he wants to do something like that. My thing is, you doing this during the middle of your career, basically.
Yeah.
You doing this during the middle. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you don't want to play football, then stop playing football.
Just say that.
This going AWOL, you got a new contract in a new city with a new team, and you're showing them your ass just like you showed your ass to Quinn last year after he vouched for you and said you would do better.
Right. Which he sort of did toward the late end of the year, but by that time, the season was pretty much a wash.
Right. And I'm wondering, did the Falcons organization know about his plans?
A good question. From what I know, they didn't.
I don't know, because I'm like, $13 million we wasted on him. Was that a down payment to help him get his church? Because I'm confused.
Then Tennessee gave him $9 million, if I'm not mistaken.
Sorry, I missed that. What you say?
No, I was saying Tennessee gave him $9 million.
Yeah, like what is going on?
Right. That whole situation is weird.
It is mad weird. Like, if you want to quit, just quit.
Just
like, why are you taking everybody's money?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
quit wasting the people's time. Like,
now you want to be a pastor and you've been stealing.
How ironic is that?
Like, how does that work? Even though there's many pastors out here stealing, so I guess he's on the right track, actually. Now to think about it, there's a good number of pastors out here stealing and doing stuff. So I guess he's choosing the right next career for himself.
I guess to each his own, but just My thing is, why are you wasting these people's time?
Right, wasting our time, our money, showing everybody your ass. Like I had to cut your ass. Like I don't know what the Titans are doing. Like get rid of him. He clearly don't want to be there.
I think that money is some of the. I don't know how much that money is guaranteed, but man,
It's a lot to be wasted. Hell, I'd show up for $9 million.
right?
Like, what the fuck? So yeah, I don't understand what's going on with that. I haven't seen the Vic defenders defending him.
Yeah,
Uh,
that has dwindled.
yeah, like they did before all this happened. They've been pretty damn silent. Which they should be because
Yes, yes,
woo, buddy.
but
Speaking
yeah,
of getting cut, uh,
yes.
on our team, we had a few cuts, and one that was a little surprising, I guess, well, to me, is Jalen Brown.
Jamon Brown.
Sorry,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
why did
yeah.
I say Jalen? I was thinking of
You think about the Celtics, the Boston Celtics,
yeah.
but nah, man, like I saw this happening maybe next season, probably. I didn't think it would be this soon.
Yeah. Do you
Like
think?
we wasted a boatload of money, basically.
Yeah.
I wasn't the biggest fan of him coming in. I think we I think we did that because we needed help at that position, and instead of going out and doing our due diligence, we just like, all right, we need help there. Let's just go ahead and basically, yeah, the market wasn't that high for offensive linemen when we
Mhm.
signed them, so the value for him wasn't that high, which is I
Yeah.
think why we did that. So we kind of had no choice.
Yeah.
Actually, we paid them all that money. And you suck when they paid you $6 million to say get the hell on. Like, all right, we're gonna take this cap hit of $6 million just so you can go.
It's insanity, but I mean, I
Which
I
let,
don't
which they
I
let,
don't know what
they
we're
let,
doing.
I hate to cut you off, but that lets me know that they're much more higher on Matt Hennessy than they are Jamar Brown. That's what that looks like.
Man, let me tell you, when we drafted him and they were telling his story, and I was just like, I was so impressed by him. I think he was probably the most impressive draftee that we got.
Yes, one
Uh,
of them. Yes,
just over his story alone, like he was just like so cultured and such a beast. You know what I'm saying? Even studying sumo, you know, I was like, this guy, I really, really like. I have high hopes for him,
me
and I'm
too.
having high hopes these days and expectations for this team. But I do. I think he's going to be a fucking
Yeah,
monster
and
for us.
then do you know what's the good part about him? The offense they ran at Temple is very very similar to the one we run now. So this is surprised me that he's much further along.
And that's what we need. We need that because our O line isn't. It ain't the best.
But I'm glad we finally addressing that though. Last year we took two offensive linemen.
See, and
Two.
here, yeah, we took two. But and here's the thing about the line on both sides that I want to know your thoughts. Um, TD waited till his head on the chopping block
Right.
to focus on the line.
Right.
Now, if we make the playoffs or possibly win, like some people are speculating, would you keep TD or does he need to still be chopped?
Uh, if we make the playoffs, I think that'll be less likely to happen. That'll be less likely to happen.
Mhm.
That's my take on that?
I personally still want him gone, even if we do make the playoffs,
But you
because
know what though? I hate to cut you off, but he hasn't he hasn't done that bad of a job for developing, drafting. Well, since Dan Quinn's been here, he hasn't been bad at drafting players
mhm,
since Dan's been here. I think Dan will go before TD goes. Put it to you like that.
I can see that. I can see that, but I still am like, bro, you need to, you need to go.
My
Nonstop. Like
thing is, I'm
TD,
glad, like, as far as the offensive line goes, I'm glad it's better late than never that he addressed this situation.
that's true, but I'm still like, I don't know.
I agree. Like, I think if we was gonna do this, we should have did this 3, 4 years ago. I think our offensive line would be much further along.
Oh hell yeah,
Much
that's
further along.
that thing. We would have been way better off. Matt could have had much longer time to throw.
Yes.
Running backs could have had open holes for him, you know, to
Right.
get further along than they did, even though they did a very decent job with what we had. And yeah, that's what I'm just like, come on now. We could have been way further along than we were. You know, and even on the defensive side, same thing. Like, what the fuck? You know? So that's why I'm like, you waited way too long and then your head's on the block and now you want to start acting right.
Right.
How many chances you don't get this many chances in every job you work, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You fuck up, you've been fucking up for years, you know, and still had a job. So that's just my. I'm just like I'm ready for some fresh
Yeah.
changes personally,
Yeah.
but we gonna see.
Yeah. I mean, either way, whichever happens, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, we gonna fucking see. So
We'll see. Like,
um, so some crazy stuff came up today. That shocked the shit out of me.
yes.
Um,
Yes.
Fournette got cut from the Jazz.
Yo. Yes. That he's fresh. Do you know what's the crazy? He's fresh off of 1,000 yards. He had like
Dog.
11. Yeah, he had 1,100 yards last season.
So I was like, what the fuck? Like
And now,
how? Like my whole timeline was shocked, right? So I was
right.
just like, why is this happening? And I keep digging through, and some people are saying that Fournette has gotten into fights with his fellow players, has punched his fellow players, allegedly. I ain't getting sued. Allegedly punched his fellow players. Um, and they wanted him gone. And apparently, they said he's had disciplinary issues.
I mean, I heard that. I heard that last year though. Like, I heard that last year. So I don't know.
And
It's
I'm like, what?
mm,
And that they said they tried to trade him off, but and would take any amount for him, but nobody wanted him. So I'm like, is this dude this bad of a guy?
it's crazy. And
Like,
then they just traded their best pass rusher too. And you know what I'm talking about though. I can't pronounce his name, but
yeah, look, I'm bad. I'm horrible with pronouncing names. That's why I be
yeah,
saying number or y'all know who I'm talking about. Because if
yes,
you listen
yeah.
and you watch the show, watch football, you should know who I'm talking
But
about.
but he been wanted out though. Like he been wanted out. I think the Jags are like, all right, fuck it, we're gonna just start over and just like start over.
Yeah, see, but that's why I'm like, I was thinking about the whole Jalen Ramsey situation, right?
It
And I'm
started
like,
from there, and now looking back, he looks like a prophet now.
yeah, I'm just like, you know, but with Jalen got on another team, but Fournette hasn't. So I'm like, is Jalen actually a bad teammate and like a terror?
See, see with Jalen, he wanted more money, but the front office wasn't going for it. So they was just like, all right, we're gonna trade him. We're gonna trade him. That's what that was.
Yeah. So I'm just like, Fournette, like, what's going on? Like, and I'm not, a Jags. I don't pay attention to the Jags because there's really no reason to, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, whatever. But there's fans of the Jags that are like, fuck the front office. And some of them think they're trying to tank on purpose.
Right. I don't know. Like I said, I don't keep up with them, so I don't know.
I don't know. But this guy, Field Yates on Twitter, said
Yeah.
they made 6 straight picks in the top 5. They had Justin Blackman, Luke, can't
Hmm.
say his last name, Blake Bortles, Dante Fowler Jr., and Jalen Ramsey. And then they got Fournette. And like, all of them are gone.
Yeah. Yes.
What are y'all doing over there?
And a lot of those guys are good players.
Right.
Like Leonard Fournette, Jalen Ramsey. They pass rush, they just trade. All those were good players. They contributed. Just a
Yeah.
couple of years ago, they were just in the AFC Championship game. When they
Like,
went up there, 2, 3 years ago, right? It wasn't
yeah.
that long ago. And it was winning that game too. Like they're not too far removed from the AFC Championship game.
It's crazy. I
And then
don't
a
know what
lot,
they've been doing over
and then
the
a
past
lot,
6 years.
and a lot of those guys aren't even there no more.
N- At
A lot
all.
of at all. So I really believe something to do with the front office.
Yeah, like I don't know what they're doing. They just like getting as much money as they can and then tanking for more top picks and then getting as much money as they can. Like, I don't understand.
I
Like,
don't
what the
know.
fuck? And these poor Jags fans who I didn't even know existed showing their jerseys of all the players that they got that ain't here no more. They're going through it.
Right.
I couldn't be a damn Jags fan. But I'd be fucking devastated. But another person, another running back is Kamara. He hasn't
Yeah,
been
Alvin
in
Kamara.
training camp.
He this happened today. Last couple of
Yep.
he was like, basically, fuck it, he want more money. And the crazy part is just a couple of weeks ago, they asked him about his contract, he said he wasn't worried about it. So what happened from a couple of weeks ago until today?
They gave Drew Brees all that money.
Right? And then they just re-signed Michael Thomas, right?
Yep. Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, right?
I'm pretty sure.
And then
Yes.
they got a lot of other contracts coming up too. They got
Yeah.
Marshall Lattimore coming up.
Um,
Marcus Williams is coming up.
who is the white boy on the Saints that plays quarterback and is
Oh, fuck. What is his name?
I'm trying
Can't
to
think
look
of his
it up.
name right now.
Hill.
I cannot.
Taysom
Yeah,
Hill.
no, yes. Taysom Hill. Yeah.
Didn't they just give him a bunch of money too?
And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, they did.
See, they don't got no money for Kamara. Like, why are you giving Drew Brees? Oh,
And he is senior citizen.
that's what I'm just like. Why would you give him all that money when you had fucking Teddy Bridgewater that you could have kept that was doing very well? Even though I didn't want him to be there because he was doing so well, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm like,
But
hello,
but he,
less money. And
mm,
then you could have paid Taysom Hill, who is actually pretty fucking
no, don't do that. No. No. No.
I know. Look, I just yelled at someone last week. Oh shit! Who did I just talk to? Oh, my boy Trey. I just yelled at him last week for saying positive stuff about the Saints, and then here I go talk about this guy's pretty decent.
No, it's just the way they use him, that's all. He's a gadget player.
Go gadget.
He's
But
a good he's a,
yeah, if Kamara doesn't
They can't afford to
signed
let
him.
him.
Where do you think he can go?
Mm, well, being that Jacksonville just cut Leonard Fournette, that'll be a place. You know, that'll
Yeah.
be something they can look at.
I heard someone say Tampa, and I was like, oh, fucking
Yeah,
shit.
and they
I was
got
like,
Rojo down there. They got Ronald Jones down there.
stop. I was like, if he goes to Tampa, I'm gonna be like, that's the only thing that would really scare me about Tampa is if Kamara would go. Then I'd be like, fuck.
I don't think they'll work in Tampa.
Like, okay. Dang, Kamara might
Yeah,
do now. And people said Pittsburgh.
yeah, I can see that. Depends on what they do with James Conner.
Mm-hmm. I can see Pittsburgh too.
I can see
But
Pittsburgh.
here, so just stop. Like,
I
God,
can see Pittsburgh.
like people said Atlanta. I was like, if y'all don't stop, please
Yeah, you
stop.
know how that go. You know how that go. Yeah, right.
They already put him in a jersey and everything. I was like, bruh, why don't y'all see how much money we have? We
Right.
are broke. We are
Extra broke.
broke. Like, we can't afford him, and we just got Gurley. Why do you want all these running backs? I thought y'all loved the 4 that we have.
Right.
Like, hello. Who? I just, speaking of our running backs, the only thing that I don't love about them is that they're all injury prone.
Yeah. Then you want to add Alvin Kamara, who's another one that's injury prone, which wouldn't make sense.
Like, 3 of them, or just 2 of them. I don't know if Hill got a concussion, but I know the other
No.
2
Well,
definitely.
it really just Ito that's injury prone. For the most part,
Yeah.
the rest of them have been
And
pretty
then
healthy.
Kamara and his knee, obviously. So I'm just like, I'm just not looking forward to the run game like everybody else is, just off the fact that we are mad injury prone. And then if they go, if something happens, knock on wood. And who we got left? We got Hill, who's probably they keep throwing back and forth out the practice squad. And then that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna pick someone off the street.
And then they have Quadre Olsen, but he's more of a third down back. He's more of a third down guy.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about him, but he's new. So, but yeah, we don't know how he's gonna produce on the field. But that's what else I want to ask. Speaking of on the field, since there's no preseason, they are saying that the first 4 weeks are gonna be rough, very, very rough to witness.
Yes. As far as people got, as far as the guys who are fighting for a job, like
It's gonna be crazy, huh?
I'm trying to figure out, like, you have no other way to prove yourself outside
Yeah,
of training camp. And you can only do so much in training camp.
yeah, and I don't think I saw anything about how they're gonna break it down to 53 players, or if they're gonna get an extension in the first 4 weeks to break down their roster. I don't think I saw anything out there about that, but if they do, what major players on the offensive side do you think are gonna make it? Like, for as far as the tight ends go, how do you think that's gonna happen? Obviously, Hurst is gonna be TE1,
Yes,
but as
yes.
far as the other ones,
What's the other dude's name? I think it's Graham. I believe his
yeah,
name is. Be on the lookout for him. I think he's going to have the number 2 tight end spot. I've been hearing good things about him.
I've heard some good things and I've heard some bad things. Everybody's just iffy about everything right now.
Right. And then I didn't even realize it till the other day that we brought Luke Stocker back.
Listen, I was like, what the fuck? Like, seriously?
They must have brought him back for his blocking because his hands, all of Matt's interceptions came because of him.
his ass. I don't even know.
Speaking of tight ends, I'm glad we're on this topic. I am so excited for Hayden Hurst. Man.
You are.
Yes, I'm very excited for him.
I haven't seen much about him, and I didn't look after we got him either because they said he was a beast. But I'm in the we'll see category. Do you think he is as good or better than him?
Yeah, if you can get more for listen, I like Austin Hooper. I thought he was a good player, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But see, with Hayden Hurst, you can do more with Hayden Hurst. He's versatile, has very great hands, very, very good hands. He's only had one drop his whole time in Boston. Nah, I said Boston. I mean Baltimore. He only had one drop. One. It lets you know how good his hands is.
That's real good. Shit, we need that. Especially after that fucking
very good. Yeah, very good route runner, you know. Very good route runner. You can line him up, you know, outside at the wide receiver spot if that's what you want to do with him.
Yeah. That'd be it. I mean, I have promised, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing it, but of course, you know, I need that fucking eye test. I didn't went and watched the film when he was in Baltimore because I was like, whatever, he's on the team. I just watch what he does here. You know what I'm saying?
That's understandable. You want to wait and see. But a lot of like, you ask a lot of Baltimore fans, they're very high on him. Like they were very upset when he got traded.
Well, I mean, that's a good thing.
Yeah, like they a lot of because he essentially lost his job to Mark Andrews because he got injured, and Mark Andrews basically took the job and ran with it and never looked back.
Look, I would too. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, so Mark Andrews took advantage of a good situation.
Right.
He took advantage of it. So
you gotta
can't be mad at him for that.
Right. I ain't mad at all.
So they decided to keep Mark Andrews, and you know, I'm like, well, hey, thank you.
Right.
We'll take him.
That works.
We'll take him. Like,
I take his ass too. I want to see him on the field.
And one more thing, like, because we traded him, we really gave up a second round pick for a first round talent. Basically, he's that good of a player. He's first round talent.
All right.
And that was the one. And mind you, that was the one. The second round pick was the one we got from New England when we traded Mohamed Sanu.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which, you know, I feel like we robbed them. Like we actually got a second round pick from Mohamed Sanu.
Yeah, that was definitely a bit of a robbery right there.
I'm like, that lets me know that Thomas Mitchell is capable of doing that. He just isn't doing that often. He took advantage of a good team. He figured, hey, you want a second round pick from Mohamed Sanu? Hey, okay, thank you. I'll take it.
Like, I'm about to fight you on this here. Take him. Shit.
Like, I'll be so mad at him. I'll be like, bro. Like, I remember at one point, I think we had got an offer for Devontae Freeman. I think they offered like a third or fourth round pick for him. Detroit did. And we turned it down.
We did.
We could have got a third round pick for Vic Beasley. I think last season, I believe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we could have got a third round pick for Vic Beasley. And we turned it down. I'm like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't understand why we did that either, because if y'all are gonna turn down stuff, but you have plans in the back of your head, if this doesn't go right, then we're gonna
let him walk
or trade him. Then why wouldn't we have just done it?
Right.
Don't make no damn sense at all. Like, what the fuck? And
But
it was like to the point where it was like too late in the season, pretty much. Like, ain't no way we about to make the playoffs. Like, just do it.
right,
Shit.
and this is right around that time we were out of playoff contention. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, they offered you. I don't know if he was asking for too much or what, but
I don't
sometimes
know.
you gotta get what you can get and go. Like,
Right. But I know fucking DQ was like not gonna let go of Vic.
he didn't want to make it seem like it was he was wrong.
Yep. He probably wanted to prove himself. I don't know what that relationship was about, but I just saw a video the other day of the Burnett brothers. I think
The Bennett brothers, yeah, the Bennett brothers.
yeah, them. And they was talking about how coaches love bitches, the bitches on their team. And I'm like, the first person
Remind you of somebody. Remind you of somebody we know.
I was like Vic and DQ. That's it right there.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
was like, who else is bitches on our team? You know what I'm saying? Like, who
Right.
else are the
But
bitches?
I will say about our defense though, like we are headed in the right direction.
We are.
Based off the player we got this offseason. I'm like, finally, and it took for their jobs to be on the line. But, finally, we went all in on defense. We actually took risks on defense.
Yep.
Finally. I don't know how we pulled out Dante Fowler. I don't.
Me either.
I don't know how we managed to pull that off.
That was a shock for me too.
Right.
I did not think that was gonna happen.
And then, let me see, I'm trying to remember because it's been such a crazy offseason. Who else did we get in the offseason? It was Dante Fowler was one of them. Who else?
What else did we get? Lord Jesus.
I'm trying to remember.
It has been a nutty
Right.
season.
So I'm trying to remember. I know he was one of them. Todd was another one. But he's on offense, though.
The tight end Hurst.
Yeah.
Hold on, going through. It
Trying to
was
remember.
big. Stalker, we got Stalker back.
Blah. I thought it was somebody else who signed on defense.
I'm looking.
I guess Dante Fowler was the most significant one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see through the list names that look new. But I don't know.
Yeah, that was the most significant one.
Yeah, I don't really see anybody.
Then far as the draft goes, like, this is a very aggressive draft. You can tell, like, this offseason was a Rich McKay type of draft.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell he had more input. And if you're not, any of you guys aren't familiar with Rich McKay, he's our team president, former GM. He's our team president now. I see him all the time. Yeah, he's our team president. I see him all the time at work. Very nice guy, but
fancy.
just want to throw that out there. But yeah, you can tell he had more input on this draft. Like,
shout out to him. Shit.
Yeah, because man, if you look at this draft, like, what's my man's name? AJ Terrell. First round, second round. My favorite pick, Marlon Davidson. That's my favorite pick.
Oh man, that guy.
Man, listen. Listen. I can't wait to see him and Grady Jarrett together. That's gonna be man. I was like, finally, yes, we actually got it right.
I mean, this guy is a beast. Like,
and then speaking of AJ Terrell, he's been doing his thing in training camp so far.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I seen it. I've been a little shocked now. I've been whoa now.
I think a lot of people were caught up in the national championship game, which is one game. You know, if you're familiar with college football, LSU did that to everybody. They did that to everybody. So I'm like, yo, he shouldn't feel bad.
Right. And 'cause people were just going off him off
Off
the
one game.
game, and then it was a one clip from a North Carolina game.
Yes, one play from the North Carolina game. Like
Yeah.
outside of that, he had a very productive career. Very productive career at Clemson.
Yes.
You know, like
Yeah. I just got some news from Von McClure. He said Hennessy with a significant brace on right knee. Injury is not supposed to be serious, according to a source.
as long as it isn't serious.
Right. That's what I'm like. What the hell? But hopefully it's not too serious at all. Speaking of injuries, which player are you looking forward to seeing after injury last year?
After injury,
It was a lot.
yeah, I know. I'm trying to. Oh, Chris Lindstrom. Yeah, I want to see with him like what Chris Lindstrom. Kind of, he missed a significant amount of time. You know, before he went down, he was doing a heck of a job.
Yep. I
So
want to
probably.
see Kaminsky.
Oh, John Kaminsky. Yes, yo. I've been hearing good things about him too, John Kaminsky. And I heard Dan Quinn say he's going to be getting more playing time. Like we should be seeing more of him.
Yep, because he came in hyped up.
Yeah.
And so
and he came on late in the season before the injury.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, now I gotta see.
I'm like,
him.
yes,
Like
yes, he's another one I have a lot of hope for. Oh, another perfect Tech.
Yep. Yes. Oh my God.
Tech.
Have you seen him? Well, you probably have.
yes, I have.
Woo, homeboy.
Yes. He didn't. That's what I was trying to remember. Tech. I'm like, yo, Tech with Dante Fowler. Oh my God, like that's
man.
That's gonna be a heck of a tandem.
And he been motivated. He's bulked up. He's like,
yes, he done got you tell he didn't hit the gym.
Yes, he's like, y'all gonna give me that new contract. You know, like
I want to see him do that. I think what happened was, and me and Bree, shout out Bree, but me and Bree talked about this. I think some of Vic Beasley's laziness rubbed off on him. That can be a big deal.
I can see that.
So when she broke down to me, I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I think they had a lot to do with it. Like, because you go as your teammates go. If you see your teammates, being lackadaisical and don't care, that's gonna rub off on you too.
Right.
And being that, the season went the way it went, I think he kind of just checked out.
Has Grady Jarrett ever been a captain?
I don't believe so. If not, he needs to be.
See, I'm bringing that up because Grady Jarrett is always working.
Yes.
He's always working, and I'm trying to figure out why he ain't dragged Vic and Tack by their hair to the gym with him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm like, has he been a captain? Because you ain't bringing your boys with you. You know what I'm saying? I understand
He probably tried. He probably tried, but that's on them. Like,
yeah, they're also grown men, but like, bro, like drag them by they hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, I don't think Grady's not trying to have a ring. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I beg to differ. I think he wants one.
Yeah, but I'm like,
supposed to have one already if it wasn't for, never mind. But yeah.
When he retires, I want to interview. We need to interview him.
Right.
Be like,
Yes.
bro. So
Yes.
questions about
Super
why you
Bowl.
ain't bring Vic with you? You know what I'm saying? Like
Like
I
I
need
said,
to know, what was the real relationship like there? Like
I
what did
think, like
y'all know?
I think that, again, that goes back to Vic Beasley just being lazy. You can want for somebody to, you can, like my granddad used to say, you can lead a horse to some water, but you can't make him drink it.
Yeah, that is true.
Lead
That
him
is
the horse to some water, but you can't make him drink it. So that's how I look at it.
not at all.
That's just
Wow.
how I look at it. Like, he was just one of the people where he just wasn't motivated. And
Yeah.
ain't nothing, ain't nothing nobody else can do about it.
And he still ain't motivated, and they
Right.
still
So I
nothing about.
wouldn't so I wouldn't necessarily put that off on Grady Jarrett or anybody else. That's just more so with Vic Beasley.
Oh yeah, it all comes down to Vic Beasley. But
Yeah. So
when you see someone on your team not doing what they should, you know what I'm saying, and you're like doing what you should, usually in a normal job circumstance, especially if they're also black, you try to bring them along. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
and
like, do encouraging stuff. So I'm
he
just
probably
curious.
did though. He probably did. But again, that all comes down to Vic Beasley.
Yeah, you right, fam. You right.
So that's how I look at that. But like I said, I think that mentality kind of rubbed off on Tech. Um, Vic Beasley. A lot of his mentality kind of rubbed off on Tech, and it showed.
Yeah, I
And it
mean,
showed.
Mac tried, and a lot of people are like mad because he didn't cut his dreads like he said he would, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Blah
we
blah.
got big stuff to worry about than him not cutting his dreads.
Yeah, but I think he's really gonna show off this season.
And then his first year option getting declined kind of, motivated him too. Like, I need to get my shit together if I want to stay here.
Oh, for sure. It made sense. Like if you look
Yeah.
at the other fifth-year contracts we got, we picked up. It's like I can't keep giving out fifth-year contracts.
Yeah, I think, cause I don't even think we picked up Keanu's yet.
Yep, and he got his injuries. Vic.
Speaking of Keanu, man, he done toned up. Like, he shedded some weight. He shedded about 12, 13 pounds.
Dang.
Whatever. I think I know he recently just got married.
Yeah.
So
He's off the market. Damn
it. But now he's another one I think they're gonna come in, Oh, he's another person. When you asked about far as like injured players, he's one of them too. Keanu Neal.
Look, I got all faith in him. I just need his ass to be healthy.
I need him to stop. I need him to stop flying around like he's Superman,
right? Like
trying to knock people's head off.
That's it. That's all I want from him.
Yeah,
is to stay healthy. But I have all faith in him.
Oh yeah.
Allen.
Oh, we have some decisions to make when it comes to him. Cause
don't make
I know after this year, with the emergence of DeMonte Casey, gonna have some decisions to make between him and Ricardo Allen. Especially if DeMonte Casey keeps balling like he's been balling.
Nah, you're gonna make me cry. I love Allen. Like, I've loved him since Hard Knocks. So if he ends up
Mike Smith being stupid again, but yeah.
Yeah.
You see what Dan Quinn did when he came here? How good he looked.
Amazing. And people got mad and stuff. I was like, shut up.
That lets you know how good of a job. See, Dan Quinn knows what he's doing. He just, I think he had too much on his plate. Not like he don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, his play and his ego.
Right. He knows how to develop players. Look at all of the players that, they're panned out. I can count on one hand how many busts we've had. You can literally count on one hand. You know?
Man, I just.
So he know, not like he don't know what he's doing. It's just he stubborn.
Right. It's on my nerves. Did you order a jersey?
No, not yet. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, I'm not able to. Yet.
That's fine. Because, I mean, you can just go to the team store.
Yeah, we get discounts. Whatever.
But the team store only has, well, I went 2 weeks ago and they only had black, and it was only Ryan, Gurley, Julio, and Ridley.
He's another person I'm waiting to see.
Who, Ridley?
Yeah, I know he's going to come back. I know he's going to bounce back too.
Oh, like it was just the thing about the offense is it's not the player's fault.
Because if you think about it, while we were on the subject of offense, I sat back and thought about it. I was thinking about it this morning, and I'm like, if you think about it, I know Dirk Cutter gets a lot of slack, but if you think about it, the majority of the team got injured. The majority of the offense got injured.
Yeah.
And not to mention the offensive line sucked. So, yeah, you only had to do with you know, so you didn't have much to work with.
So, I still don't like the plays he was calling.
I mean,
he is better this year.
You got to realize he had to, you know, he had to work with what he had, so he wasn't able to call plays like how he wanted to.
That's true. I don't like these fucking jerseys with players, the new ones with old players that aren't on the team. Like, what's the point of that?
Oh like
I'm looking on the site right now, and they got Tony Gonzalez, they got Vic. I'm like,
I don't mind that though. Like older, yeah.
But
people like Tony Gonzalez.
I'm just like, don't put them on the new one.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying now.
Yeah, so they got the Tony, they got Gonzalez, and they got Vic on the newest jerseys, not the ones that they played in.
Yeah.
Y'all made the damn sense.
So let me ask you this. Let me play interviewer here. Because I already have my answer. He's just gonna have a breakout year. Not your typical, you know, not the usual, but who's gonna come along and surprising people?
I can see it. I'm
saying who I know I was asking who you think is gonna come and surprise some people. That, you know, it could be a rookie or, you know, because I already have my answer. I already know who.
Surprising people. So what's up? I'm laughing, but if it's a surprise, I'm gonna go with Oliver.
Yeah, I can see that. Isaiah Oliver, yeah, I can see that. I was gonna say Russell Gage.
For me, Gage isn't a surprise. He just doesn't get the looks like that.
Because he came along later on.
Like, you know, I'm like Gage doesn't. No wide receiver we have surprises me because we've seen what they can do when they're past the ball. It's just that they're not getting past the ball like that. Like last year, remember we were like passing to the tight end every 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's how Austin Hooper was able to get a brand new contract.
Yep. So that's what I'm like. I have faith in every single one of our receivers. They just need to get the opportunity to get the ball thrown to them.
Our offensive line need to be upright.
Yep.
Can't throw the ball from your back all the time.
Right. He got what 120 something sacks last year.
Matt got sacked 50 times.
Like, what the fuck?
50. Okay, who you have at quarterback? That's
It's
not gonna cut it.
unacceptable. We were
50,
the worst for a while, and then I think we were like the sixth worst or something like that as far as sacks go. Our quarterback getting sacked. Unbelievable.
unbelievable. But yeah, I can see Isaiah Oliver. You know,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like a surprise. Like I could see him being a surprise. Not that
yeah,
it'll
him and
happen, but I'm just saying. Like I think we as fans and media roasted him enough for him to get his shit together this year.
it didn't help that because you notice at the end, I think this is gonna be a big deal too. When he and Morris calling plays on defense,
Oh yeah.
it's gonna be a big deal.
Yep, and they probably on his ass.
You know,
Showing him all the film, like, what the fuck were you doing over here when you're supposed to be
right,
20 yards on in the opposite direction?
right. You notice our defense looked better when he started calling plays.
Yep, it got extremely better. So I can't wait to see the
Right.
defense. And
Like
I
for
can't wait to see the offense too. My faith in Dirk is just
I was
up.
just gonna say, and I was gonna do a video about that later on, like what they expect from the offense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a video on that later.
Okay, bet. Make sure you
And
send me the link.
yeah, I'm gonna do that later. But I think our offense goes is third cutter goals.
Yeah.
You know, he gets his head out of his ass. Because my problem with him isn't his plays are so like predictable and just predictable.
Vanilla.
But yes, vanilla.
Yeah.
And I think, like I said, part of that had to do with our offensive line not being that good, being injured.
Yeah.
So he kind of had to go with what he worked with. But still,
Right.
still, I would
Yeah.
see one no huddle. It's like he waits till the last minute to run no huddle. He did that against, I want to say, the Cardinals. You know, when he
Yeah.
came out in the second half, that was the game where your boy missed the game winning, missed the extra point.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, but don't get me started on that. Everybody was clamoring for him to bring him back, and you come back and anyways. Me and his wife are cool, but yeah. But yeah. But back to my original point, when we came out, we ran on no huddle, and our offense started flowing. I'm like, yo, why don't you do that all the time? Run more up tempo.
Look,
Like,
hopefully we do that this year.
yes,
Hopefully.
run
And
more up tempo.
yeah, I hope we do that this year for real. For real. But before I
But
get out here, because everybody's starting to come back from work and I can hear kids. I hope we're able to do something to keep everybody, including all personnel,
right,
COVID free. Um,
you said who now?
that's the biggest concern I have for this season,
You said
of
who?
course. And everyone needs to wear a mask. They suck. They break my skin out.
Right,
You know, the cotton ones, I'm not cotton ones don't for me. Um, but it's too hot in Atlanta to wear the cotton mask right now because you really is really like a breathing thing with those. So I'm wearing
right.
the blue ones. They're breaking my skin out, but I'm as safe as possible. So wear your mask.
Please, please.
Suppress people who don't wear masks. If you don't want to wear masks, stay at home, order delivery. And we're gonna bring you more content. The season is about to start, I guess.
Right.
Somehow, I mean, it's not
Let's
really
hope.
being
Let's
promoted
hope.
as far as the
Let,
NFL
yeah,
goes,
let's
but
hope it does. From now, as of right now, we're on track. You know,
yep,
to have a season. Now,
Yeah,
are we gonna have fans? That's a different subject for a different day.
right.
But as of right now, we're gonna have a season.
We're gonna see about the fans. I am just hoping for no fans because I want everybody, including the players, to be safe and the
Right.
fans to be safe.
And
So no fans
and,
is
and I
my
want to be able to watch all the home kids at home.
yeah. Like I could be home, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? We could do a Zoom party so we can watch it together and eat. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
uh,
Or
yeah, I'm sure Atlanta's gonna place is gonna have like socially distant, watch parties for stuff, and we're just gonna have to adjust until we can go back to regular,
normal.
quote unquote, regular life. So yes, thank you for Jamel for coming on.
No
Uh,
problem.
he's gonna do offensive, what we can expect from the offense video.
Yeah,
So
that's coming
y'all go
later.
check that out. Go follow him. I'll put all his social medias in the description box below, as well as his podcast link. So y'all go subscribe. We're definitely gonna have you on again, of course, as the season gets going. And we out.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Thank you for coming on. It's been
No problem.
great.